Welcome back, Baron Nation, to this very special broadcast coming in live from Columbia, Missouri. We have a DeKalb grad and BTV alumni, the one and only Megan Smaltz. Now, Megan, it's been 5 years since you were last seen on the BTV stage. How does it feel to officially come out of your BTV retirement?
It's great. It's brought up a lot of good memories. I honestly had forgotten about some of the stuff I'd done in BTV, and ever since you started chatting with me, I've just been all of the memories have been rushing back in, and that just makes me kind of smile. So, yeah, no, it's good. It's good to be back.
So, for those that may not know you, Megan, can you remind us of the specific years that you were in the program?
Yeah, so I was in 2014 and 2015, I believe. Yeah, so a couple years ago.
And do you have a memory from your BTV career that stands out to you to this day, like a funny memory of some sort?
Yeah, so one of those memories I kind of mentioned that made me laugh is BTV. I don't know if you guys still do this these days, but like during homecoming week, you guys obviously all dressed up. We dressed up too. And I remember we did a senior citizen day, and my grandma gave me literally all of her clothes, and she had a white wig for, I'm not really sure what reason, but she did. So I wore her white hair wig and her Crocs. Oh my God, her beloved Crocs she let me borrow, and her grandma's sweater, all this crazy stuff. I had a walker too, actually. I had a walker. And so all of the BTV people, we decided we were gonna go in character and run the shows. So like the first episode was Senior Citizen Day. All the seniors came dressed as senior citizens, and I like read the I read the script, and I was like, "Good morning, BTV Nation." Did it like that. And then for 70s Day, we were doing like a 60s, 70s, 80s theme. I sat on the desk like cross-legged with like my hippie stuff, and I like read really slow. I was like, "Good morning, BTV. It's a beautiful day." Like blah blah blah, stupid stuff. So funny. It was such a great time. Probably one of my favorite memories. Just stupid stuff like that. It was just a blast, and it was just fun to do with the BTV team.
Hey, if you're not having fun, you're not living. That's for sure.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what it's all
Right?
about.
Yeah. So it has been 5 years, as mentioned. So what are you up to nowadays? Like, what has happened? Can you give us a timeline of what's happened after your BTV career?
Mhm. Yeah, so a lot has happened. So I graduated in 2015, and I moved to Columbia, Missouri, which is basically smack dab in between, like in the middle of the state. If you dropped a pin at the heart of the state, you'd find Columbia, Missouri. I went to Mizzou, and they tout that they're the number one journalism school in the world, and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I believe that, but I like to say it a lot. And so I went there, studied convergence journalism, which is just like a mix of every type of journalism that you can think of, from like writing to strategic communication, so like advertising to video to podcasts to everything. So I graduated with that, studied abroad for a little bit, came back, and then my last semester of my senior year, I got pulled into a docu-series. So I was traveling all over the state, learning about crimes, about people's brutal murders, basically, for a docu-series. And I did that, fell in love with it, fell in love with TV shows, fell in love with long-form storytelling, fell in love with this weird guy named Kenrex McElroy, or McElroy, or whatever his name is. If you haven't seen No One Saw a Thing, you should see it. So fell in love with that. It was a little too late to change into docu-series at that point. I was graduating like 3 months, so I'm like, I'll just do it all. So then I'm almost a year out from graduating college, which is shocking and painful. It's so sad, but it's been awesome. So I'm working as a digital executive producer for a TV station. So I basically put everything up on the web, write, edit, all kinds of things, pull from what I learned at BTV and what I learned from my university career. And then I also scout talent for TV shows. So I call a bunch of people and see if they're interesting. Talk to a lot of weird people, get yelled at all the time. It's so thrilling. It just blows my mind. And then we've taken a bit of a pause on that with everything going on in the world. I hope you're staying safe. And I think that brings us to present day.
Well, there you go. That's quite the
There you have
resume,
it.
right there.
Yeah, there you have it.
How has your BTV career, your experiences here at DeKalb, how has BTV helped you into developing into the person that you are today?
I think the first thing that it did was um, it made me not as scared, gave me a lot of courage. I was definitely in high school, the thing I was most afraid of was being on BTV, but I wanted to do it so bad. And it took me 2 years to join in and do it. And ever since then, I've just never looked back. So I think that was the first like really big leap of courage that I had, because I didn't want people to make fun of me and I didn't want to be bad. And I like was so scared. And then I did it and I was like, oh, this is so fun. I want to do this for the rest of my life. I thought I was going to be a doctor. Thank God for BTV, because I would be a horrible doctor. So that was probably the biggest thing for me, was that it just made me realize that I can go out of my comfort zone, and like that is really, really fun. I like doing it. So yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
So
my first taste of journalism.
hey, there you go. That's pretty cool right there. So to wrap up this interview, do you have any final words of advice to like, so for those that are currently in BTV or just in the DeKalb student body out there, do you have any advice that you'd like to give to them?
Sure. So I guess for seniors, good luck in college, first and foremost. I know that this is a really trying time, so go get them. I guess my piece of advice would be one of my mentors in college told me this a really long time ago. He's like, you're going to keep trying and trying and trying, and it's going to all seem like it's for nothing until it becomes like for something, basically. So when college gets hard or school gets hard, just remember that it's going to be for something. You don't do all of this stupid work and all of this tiring schoolwork and stay at home during quarantine and all this. It's not for nothing. It's always for something. So just keep pushing along, keep chugging along. It'll all be worth it, and you'll have a lot of good stories from it, especially those in BTV. If you're going to do a career in journalism, one of the best things about it is you always have a story to tell people. I've never not had a story when I came home to see my friends. So have fun with it. And then if you go after a journalism career or a nursing career, my best friend's a nurse, just do whatever you like to do. Do it because you love it. You have to spend 40 hours a week doing a job. You might as well enjoy it.
Well, thank you, Megan. So to
Yeah,
wrap
of course.
up, do you have any final words, final shout outs to anyone in the community? Is there anything you want to say to wrap up this interview?
Oh yeah, well, thank you for having me on. This has been really fun. Like I said, brought up a lot of really good memories. And big old shout out to Pete Kempf. I think he's an amazing person. I love his wife. And of course, to Mark Rom. He's the one who got me started in journalism. And I am eternally grateful, because I'm 6 years later and I'm still happy. So I'm really grateful for that. And then all the BTV people. I know that you've interviewed Mitch Fee. He is a god. I will say that over and over again. I think he's incredible. You should follow him on Instagram. Bruce Bell, Jack Bassett, Chase Alley, all of those people are just incredible. So big shout out to them too.
Well, thank you again, Megan. I'd like to personally thank you for setting the tone back in 2015 and really setting the example for those that are currently in BTV, and just thank you for that.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
All right, that's all we have for now, Barry Nation. Thank you again, Megan, for joining us on this broadcast, and we will see you on the next one.